I want people's approval.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's funny because that approval, I just, yeah, it's not good enough, man. Like it's this constant, um,
I feel like even like, do you think if you had people's approval, it would fix it?
no, because the problem is I've gotten people's approval within work, and I accomplished things at work, and then outside of work, and this, it's almost like this validation. Like I
Mm-hmm.
want someone to validate me, but it's never good enough for the validation, or
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, that's the thing about Christianity that I'm kind of like smacked in the face with is that you are valid. Everything has been justified fully because of someone on your behalf dying in your place. And you're forgiven. So there's nothing to work. I mean, but to there, James says it, don't be hearers of the word, but doers. I mean, act on what you believe, but at the same time, like we're not doing it so God has more favor on my life. And I that's the most convicting thing that I've kind of dealt with in the last few days is just like, all right, I want to, and it says work uh, unto God, not unto men, right?
Mm-hmm.
As I'm talking to you, it's just kind of like this, it's like we're ever so present of the presence of God. And my hope one day, Shelby, is you become a Christian. Um, and, I mean, there is a significant action when we disobey God and we don't accept Christ, and that's hell, and that's the wrath. And um, I wish I could do better justice explaining things right now,
Mm-hmm.
but my my scope right now is just kind of coming out of um, this this manic depressive time,
Mm-hmm.
and and the Bible is validating in the sense of like we do have the flesh that war against us, and we do have temptations, and this is why prayer is important, and this is why being around other Christians are important to encourage one another. Um, but yeah, I mean, like I'm just understanding the gospel,
Mm-hmm.
the good news of Christ, and I I guess I just tried so hard to to show people that I'm not crazy, like,
Mm-hmm.
and that's tiring because I compared myself to other people, and when you're comparing, I don't know, have you done that where you compare yourself to other people? And
Oh yeah. Yeah, I used to do that a lot, and it's like super draining and it's super hard on yourself. But I mean, you're never, yeah, everybody's so different. You're never going to be that person. Or I would compare like, you don't even know how that other person feels, right? Like, I would compare myself to people who had done more, they're more successful, or they have more money, or whatever it was. And then, sometimes I wouldn't even really know the people that well, and then I would get to know them and realize that like they're really struggling or whatever is going on. And like, you just start to realize that everybody's human and everybody's dealing with things. No one's necessarily like,
everybody,
yeah.
it's everybody, everybody's in the same boat, and especially with this coronavirus, um, everybody is suffering, and like I'm thankful and fortunate to have a position where I'm picking people up and at least, having some sort of human contact. There's some
Mhm.
people, man, who literally have not been out of their house um, because of the quarantine.
Mhm.
And I, I'm just, I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful. And I don't, but it's so funny too because people are like, "Well, Barnaby, he probably's have his life together," and someone's comparing themselves to me. I'm like, "No, no, you know what? You want to see it? All right, here it is." Like,
Well, people
uh,
do the same thing to me and all of people who go, "Oh man, like it's crazy how you just know exactly what you want to do and you have your whole life sorted out." And I don't at all. Like I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm just I just do whatever and try new shit all the time and like I don't at all feel like I know what I'm doing or have an idea of what I'm going to do the rest of my life or any of this sort of thing. It's just I don't know if anybody does.
yeah, yeah, and I mean, this is one of the things that when I was in my early 20s or 20, yeah, like 23. I was 23, 24 years old. I read a book called The Black Swan: A Case for the Highly Improbable, and I think I got the miss. I missed. It's the Black Swan, but
Mhm.
and it's an economist who basically is saying how um, life is a assortment of unknown, and like you and I can't predict what life would be like. So like this morning, I give you a perfect example. I was about to like go crazy, and I felt overwhelmed with anxieties and stuff like that. I go to my car, I drive for Lyft, and Lyft there's a message saying you no longer can drive. And I was like, I no longer could drive. What are you talking about? Like, what
Mhm.
is and so I sent a message to support, but then I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, my one stream of income just evaporated. Like that is it, like I can't
Mhm.
get any more money. And man, like I didn't know what to do. I mean, I definitely prayed. I mean, I was like, oh my gosh, like what am I gonna do? And then I went back in my car and tried the app again, and it went where I could drive and I could pick up people. But man, I was so scared
Mhm.
because I'm in a situation where I'm looking for a new place and I gotta move out by the end of the month, and I'm like, I can't